Hi everyone! Welcome to part 3 of this series. I'm the last one because we're almost done with this glorious poster of 100 movies scratch off bucket lists. I purchased mine off of Amazon. If you haven't done this is a lot of fun, so you might want to consider doing it for yourself. So far, I've seen a majority of them. Check out part 1 and part 2 if you haven't already. Feel free on any of these to comment below on any of the videos, what movies you liked, what you didn't, what you haven't seen that you want to see, or maybe ones you want me to talk about in a full-length review. So we will start in on part 3 of this and see what happens, because adventure time. Mary and Max. I feel like I might have seen that one, this one over here, but I'm not 100% sure, so we will leave that one uncovered. I may scratch it off. I might have to do like Google and look at it and see, because there's a possibility I might have seen it, but probably not at the same time. I can tell you I have seen The Terminator. I didn't remember that James Cameron did it. I hated Titanic. Well, I guess I can't quite say I hated Titanic because I was like 13 when it came out. I hate Titanic now. I hated Avatar, but I didn't hate Terminator. It's not something I want to watch over and over again. I'm not into the franchise, but it definitely was a good movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger is amazing. He did such a good job. Definitely at the height of his career, in my opinion, but that's also coming from a child's perspective of life at the time. Definitely, if you like science fiction movie, I recommend the Terminator movies. Green Mile, really good movie. It is a book. I believe, if I recall correctly, the book was done by Stephen King. I'm pretty sure I'm correct with that because it was like one of those, wait, Stephen King wrote this? But it's such a good movie. It's long, but it is worth it. Really powerful story, amazing actors. I mean, Tom Hanks is in it. Rocky. I don't like the Rocky movies. They're not for me. They are, again, I put this like with my thoughts on Mean Girl that was discussed in the last one in part 2. There's enough people who like them and cite it as one of their favorite movies. It deserves to be on this list, but it's just not for me. Spinal Tap. I'll just move on because I have really nothing to say for Rocky. I don't think I've seen Mrs. Spinal Tap. I know the movie cover poster. I know it. It's iconic, but I've not seen the movie. I have seen American Psycho. American Psycho is such a good movie too. It's not one I want to watch over and over again, but it is extremely enjoyable. This is the one with Christian Bale. Again, if you don't like horror movies or thrillers, it's not gonna be your cup of tea, but it is a good if you like that genre. Citizen Kane, I've seen that one. It definitely is a classic movie. It does deserve to be on here. It's, again, like some of the classic, not one I want to watch over and over and over, but if you've never seen it, it is worth seeing with how influential it was as far as movies. It deserves to be here. Some of this, I feel like I'm repeating myself because there's quite a few that deserve to be here, but they're not worthy of watching multiple times. Just because of that doesn't make it a bad movie. The Untouchables I haven't seen, so we will leave that alone, but I have seen American History X. This movie was so hard to watch and so intriguing at the same time. There's a scene, I'm not gonna go into it, but it's pretty much depicted here that was so hard to watch, but the message in the movie is extremely powerful. Get through that difficult scene and the payoff, the character development, the acting, everything about that movie. Seven Samurai I've seen. Not my favorite. Definitely a fun movie. At least I considered it a fun movie. Should see that one. All of these you should see actually that I've seen it. Gladiator. This is a really good movie. This is one I can watch over and over. It's been a few years since I've watched it, so I should probably consider watching it again soon, but I don't have it on DVD anymore. But it's definitely everything about that movie was so well done. The music, the acting, the scenery, the costumes, just the story, everything is so good about Gladiator. See this movie if you haven't. It's definitely making me feel older because it's so long ago, but I didn't realize Ridley Scott did it. I learned something new today, guys. Ridley Scott directed Gladiator. I had never been consciously aware of that. I've not seen The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. I've not seen Broke Mountain, but I do remember when this came out and there's a particular scene that caused Utah theaters to pull it from being viewed in theaters, which is so stupid, but it was Utah when this came out. They're a lot better than they used to be, but they still have a long ways to go. Great Dictator. Charlie Chaplin. I haven't seen that one. I'm never even heard of it, but I do know who Mr. Chaplin is. I'm gonna have to definitely put this one on my list because Charlie Chaplin, why not? Toy Story, another Pixar movie, another childhood classic that deserves to be on here. So that's 3 on here for Pixar. I love this movie. I loved the sequel. I didn't like the third one. It was too sad, but that's, you know, that happens sometimes. And I understand why they went with the story. It concluded things very nicely and pretty with a pretty bow and a sad little pretty bow. The first 2, 1 and 2, were so much fun. I love those movies. I can still watch them to this day. This one is one of my favorite movies. I love The Prestige, Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale. I'm so glad one of Hugh Jackman's movies is on here. This movie is about 2 magicians who kind of have it out for each other and trying to one up and figure out their secrets, and it's just, oh my god, it's such an amazing movie, and it has Michael Caine. So good. Definitely see this movie. I watch this movie like once a year. Titanic I've seen. We kind of talked a little bit about Titanic earlier when I realized that, or in the part 2 of this, but Titanic I think I saw 13 times in theaters. One of my friends during the summer, we went and saw it over and over. We also did it with Spice Girls. We didn't really have good taste in movies, but Spice Girls also is extremely awesome, and I want to watch that one. I've seen Titanic too many times, but I do remember it was so long. It was on 2 VHS when it came out, which is kind of funny now that I think about it. Wow, I totally forgot about that, but oh well, we're moving on. I don't want to watch Titanic again. I liked it when I was 13 and I hate it now. Never seen Her. Never heard of it. Never seen Boys in the Hood. Never heard of it. Have seen 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I really don't remember a lot about it. I think I saw it, I know I saw it about when it originally came out. Probably should watch it again so I can formulate an adult opinion on it. But I have seen it and I just don't remember enough to comment other than I've seen it. So that kind of, we're getting to more that I haven't seen. This is a lot more that I haven't seen that I thought I had. Little Miss Sunshine. I do know that did well in the Oscars when it came out, or the Academy Awards when it came out, whatever it was. I didn't see it. Trainspotting was a phenomenal movie. Ewan McGregor is in this movie, and it is about drug addiction, basically. This movie is powerful, and one of those movies that make you go, what did I just watch? But in a good way. I love this movie. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but it is well worth it. Some of it might make you uncomfortable because it does touch on a lot of serious issues, but it does so in a tasteful way, in my opinion. The Departed I haven't seen. I do remember a movie poster and things like that, but I haven't seen it. Saving Private Ryan I have seen. Another great Spielberg movie. Great Spielberg movie. It's a war movie, and I'm not really into war movies, but this one my dad really liked. I remember him watching it a few times, and I watched it with him. I don't want to watch it again. I don't like war movies very much. That's just my personal preference, but everybody has their preferences. Definitely worth seeing one. It is extremely graphic war movie. It might not be as graphic now as it was when it came out, now that I think about it, but it was very graphic at the time. That's all I have to say on that one, so we will move on. The Country for Old Men. I haven't seen that one. I know of that one, but I haven't seen it. The Pianist, I have seen. I did watch it with my mother when it first came out. It was definitely way too adult and mature for my young self when it came out. Actually, I'm probably thinking of the wrong movie. I am. I probably should have scratched this off. I'm thinking of The Piano, but we've already scratched this. I haven't seen this one. I was thinking of the wrong movie. Whoops! Not whoops. I have no intentions of watching this one. I do remember, now that I think about it, when it came out, and it just kind of looks boring to me. I'll probably never watch that one, but we'll go ahead and I can't undo what I just did. Whoops, guys. We'll just move on. Another Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick. I haven't seen it, but I do like his work, so I should probably see it. Never heard of that movie. I'm not even gonna try and say that. I haven't seen it. Same with that one. Haven't seen it. Not gonna try to pronounce it. Psycho, I have seen. Seen this movie set, the hotel, and it was pretty cool to see that, and I really enjoyed this movie. More enjoyed the TV series that was done recently. It's like 4 seasons, I think, that build up to what made Psycho. Oh my god, Alfred Hitchcock is a horror genius. This movie was so good, and the series just made it even better in my opinion. I should actually rewatch this one now that I've seen all of the series, the TV series. The little nuances that go, oh, he's turning into what he's supposed to be. Vertigo. Alfred Hitchcock again. I haven't seen it, so we will leave that in marked, but I definitely should, because, you know, Alfred Hitchcock. The Truman Show was a great movie. It was nice to see Jim Carrey do something that wasn't his stupid comedy. This like really showed that he could act and still have his comedy aspects, but more in a tasteful way to me. This was a phenomenal movie. Definitely recommend watching it. It will make you think, and everything about this movie was great. Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino. We love Tarantino. We've already been through that in part 1 because there was another Tarantino movie on here, but this one is really good and I'm loving, oh, this icon is awesome. Mr. Pink, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blue. Oh, this movie is really good. There is a scene, because, you know, it is Quentin Tarantino, where you get really uncomfortable, but this is a great movie. If you like Tarantino, you'll definitely like this if you haven't seen it. Tarantino is a love-hate director. You either love him or you hate him. If you love him, see it. If you don't like Tarantino, just don't even try. It's not worth your time. You're gonna hate it because he is such a unique director and he has such a unique film style that it's love-hate, and I love. You can hate, but I'll still love you. Amadeus, I've actually tried to watch a few times and I haven't gone all the way through it, so we will leave that on here. I should probably try again and keep in mind that this is on here. We'll see. I might not try to watch it again. Enter the Dragon, I have seen. This is another movie I watched with my dad. It's one of his genres of movies that he liked. Not mine, necessarily. I mean, I enjoy these kinds of movies, but they're not my go-to. This was a really good movie, as all of these have been. So if you haven't seen it, you should see it. I don't want to watch it again, but it was definitely worthy of this list. The Wizard of Oz. I've seen this one a few times. I've been in a play. I've read the books. I've done all the Wizarding of Oz, and you can even count Wicked as in it. I've seen it in play. I've been in a play. I've seen the play. I don't have much to say other than being in the play kind of made me hate it, and my mom didn't realize that, and she bought it on DVD when it came out on DVD, and I never watched it. Sorry, not sorry, Mom. I've seen this too many times. Being in the play ruined it. I have no intention to ever watch it again, but The Wizard of Oz is a good movie. Black and white and color, and it pushed a lot of things with making movies in the right way. Do give it credit and props where that's due. I just don't ever want to watch it again. Gangs of New York. It's a very long movie, but it was a really good, enjoyable movie. The Usual Suspects. I want to say I have seen it. I do like Bryan Singer's work. I want to say I've seen that one, but I'm not 100%. So we're gonna leave it as is and probably rewatch it to uncover it. This one I have seen. I love Spirited Away. Oh, Miyazaki is such a good director. I love cartoons. I love animation. I'm not huge into anime. I'm very picky about my anime, but any Miyazaki, I'm totally behind Miyazaki, and if you get a chance to see this one or any of his others, do it. I swear, just do it. And the last one on this list is Good Will Hunting. I've seen this one. I don't think it was that amazing of a movie. I did really good the year for all the awards from my recollection, but I didn't like it. It's not my kind of movie. I have no idea what these symbols even are for it, so I might have to Google that and refresh my memory, but I didn't like this movie. That's what I remember about it, but it could also be I was just too young to appreciate it when it came out as well. It's another one I watched with my mom. We used to do movie weekends and have popcorn and candy and watch movies all weekend, and I love Blockbuster. I miss Blockbuster. There's nothing like going to Blockbuster and looking at the movies and picking out which ones you want to watch. For me, anyways, it's nostalgia. It's amazingness. To end this video and this series, let's go ahead and kind of look at all this. So I'm slightly disappointed in myself. I thought would have seen more that was on this. Again, I did get this not knowing what movies were on this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So I've only seen 2/3 of this list, and I thought I would have done better. Slightly disappointed, but we'll fix this. We will see most, if not all of these. I've got a new list to do, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. It was a lot of fun going back down some little bit of memory row here. From my dark heart to yours, have a nice day. Please don't die before my next video.